I think the thing that I struggle with the most when it comes to trying to become a doctor is the fact that there is so much uncertainty along the entire path. Depending on how early you decide that you're going to be pre-med or that you want to pursue becoming a physician, if you're like in high school and you decide, you start stressing over trying to be the best and most ideal applicant from then. So then trying to apply for colleges, you're trying to get a good GPA, you're trying to get good extracurriculars, you're trying to demonstrate that you're a great student and you're well-rounded. And then trying to apply to med school, that's what everybody knows. That's the trying to get a high MCAT score, trying to get a good GPA, trying to get a lot of volunteering hours, trying to get clinical experience, research experience. And a lot of people will tell you that getting into med school is the hardest part. And I think a lot of that surrounds the fact that it's all the uncertainty and the stress and the anxiety of will I make it? That's what makes it the hardest part. I definitely agree with this because for me that was the hardest part. And despite the fact that med school is grueling and it's definitely harder than undergrad, I did think that it was a lot easier just because I didn't have that looming stress and anxiety. The thing is, once you're in medical school and you're thinking about your future and your specialty, that's when you start looking at applying towards residencies, and then you're going to realize that it's going to be very much the same thing all over again. Because at that point, now you're worrying about either your GPA again or your class rank, and then you're worrying about your board scores because that determines what residencies you can really apply for. And then in addition to that, on top of the grueling academics, you're trying to do research because that's how you're going to demonstrate that you also have a passion for academia. And that doesn't include the leadership activities that you've likely done over and over again up until this point. So applying for residency is almost the same thing as applying for med school and applying for college. Although there